Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome. Wow, 50 streams, Pansy. Here, I'll go through. Congrats to Lord Mega for first. Hello. Thank you for the head pats, Reaper. Thank you. 7 stream watch streak made master. Very good. Good to hear. Oh, by the way, I'll take pictures and put it on Twitter. But I got my my figure and my plushie yesterday. She's so cute. She's so cute. I love her so much. She's so cute. So I'll have to post on Twitter. I haven't opened any of my figures yet because I have no place to put them. But I did open the plushie, and I'm very happy because she's got little feet, and I like things with little feet. She's so tiny. But welcome in, Psycho. Welcome, Titan. Hello, Reaper. Hi. Welcome. Hello, Pansy. 50 streams. Heck yeah. And then you got 5 streams. That's fine. Titan, you're creating a streak. That's fine. Yay, hope you enjoy them. Yeah, I will. Kinako, best girl from Liella. She's such a sweetie. I love her. I don't know what's going on with my freaking outfit. This is wrong. Incorrect. I don't know what happened. Okay. I'm nervous. Hold on. I will do the albino button. I remember that. Hold on. I don't want to be doing... Okay, so that didn't fix anything. No, that's just that. And then this does abso-fucking-lutely nothing. What happened? Okay. Okay. Huh? What? I'm just so confused as to what's happening, chat. I don't want my sweater on. I want it off. Why did this happen? Ah, yes. Give me a second. I will play the Super Melody song. And then after we can talk about my plans for original song. But give me a second. I can do while I do this. I might have to close down VTube Studio. Here, let me pull up the Super Melody song. Suddenly, silence. Okay. Because it was fine right before I started everything. And then it just was like, hey, how about if it doesn't work? And I'm like, can we like not? Thanks. There we go. Okay, here we are. Are you gonna play? Nico Nico D didn't work? Damn. Oh no, you guys can't hear it because it's not on this one. Hold on. I was like, it started. Give me a second. Because it started already. And I was like, but you guys can't hear it. Only I can hear it. Sucks for you. Give me just a second. Of course. I gotta wait. Yeah, I didn't hear that. It's because, oh no. I'll do it for you when it comes back. Oh Lord. Yeah, see, this is why I went to BRB. Mm-hmm. That's better. All right. We back. No, we're not. Oh my God. Why? Why? It's fine. Here's pure and sweet while I figure out what the hell is going on. Yeah. Okay. I still have no fucking idea what's going on, chat. Ah! This is so frustrating. How do I just, oh no. Oh no, I've wrecked it. Oh shit. No, 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 no. Ah! Oh, dang it. All right. I don't understand. Yeah. It's really good. It's really good. I really like it. I think they did a really good job. All right, hold on. Lord. Oh, well, here's Crush Crush, guys. I've been playing it in the background. I don't care if it's not a game. All right. For now, this is backup. I hate it. I really wish we can fix. Okay. Give me a second. I gotta do some fancy things to fix everything. Because it's gonna look really trashy, and I actually hate doing this. How do I5 get? How do filter? Hello? No. Filters. Yes, edit filters. Okay, I fix. What was it again? Chroma key, color key. Color key? Color key? Blue? No, that's not it. That can't be it. Wait. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's not it. I lied. God dang it. No. For sure. That makes sense. Add. All right. Oh, Lord, how do I fix? Oh, God. Nobody look. Oh, hell no. Uh-oh. That's not good. I lied. No. No! No! All right, hold on. I gotta change it. You. Which one is it? I forget. 8? Select. Yes. I've done it. Okay. Ah, Lord. All right. All right. Here we are, chat. Doing our best. Hello, Nintendo. We're having a day. We're having a time. I don't know what the heck is going on with my sources, but I had to DIY this real quick because I disappeared. I became Ghost. So I became Danny Phantom. Gonna catch 'em all 'cause he's Danny Phantom. Gonna catch 'em all 'cause he's Danny Phantom. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. But we finally here after 20 minutes of trying to figure out what the heck's going on. But we're here. I fixed it, I think. And then I want to make sure that this is working. Hold on. Oh, okay. Ow. Okay, good. Just in case. But yeah, it's been a time, but we're here and excited to get started on reading a new book. A new book. Are you guys excited? It's a spooky season, okay, guys? So like you guys have 2 more days. You have today and tomorrow to reach September goal. Right now you're at 37 out of 75. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Spicy ASMR, you guys might have to say that. Thank you for the lots of bonk, Titan. Thank you. I would be like your teacher and just yell appropriate book titles. No longer are the boys sneaking in the bedroom window. Now we have a thriller. And I can read you guys the summary here. Sawyer Dodd is a star athlete, straight A student, and the envy of every other girl who wants to date Kevin Anderson. When Kevin dies in a tragic car crash, Sawyer is stunned. Then she opens her locker to find a note. You're welcome. Oh, damn. Someone saw what he did to her. Someone knows that Sawyer and Kevin weren't the perfect couple they seemed to be. And that someone, a killer, is now shadowing Sawyer's every move. Wow. But yeah, you guys are, what the fuck? Huh? Are you not? My phone be acting a fool, chat. Yes, you're correct. You're correct, Nintendo. They were committing tax evasion. You know what? Entirely possible. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood. And whomsoever shall be found without the souls of getting down will stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver. For no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller. Yeah. I will be learning dance for Maid Cafe. Called Fashion Monster. Fashion Monster. It's very cute and very spooky. It's very spooky coded. But okay. Sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, totally. Do you guys want a special preview of a certain song that has been written and could be released as early as the new year. Hmm? Okay, I'm gonna be frozen for literally a minute. Don't worry about it. I need to be for this to work. What do you mean up to me? Do you want to see it or not? If not, then you don't get to see it. You don't get to, I'm sorry, see it, hear it. Please, for the love of God, yes. We want it. Do you need to ask me? The answer is yes. Yes, I do need to ask. I need to make sure people actually want to hear it. If you don't, like, then you don't need to, then you don't get to hear it, and then you have to die of anticipation. I don't know. I don't know what y'all want. I'm sorry. After that, we get to reading book. Okay, I'm back. All right, guys. Are you ready? This is, you only get the demo. I do have the full song, but you guys just get the demo, okay? So be prepared. So this is just the verse and the chorus. I think I sent the right one. Now that I'm like, wait, I don't think I sent the right one. I think I lied to myself just now. You guys only are gonna get a snippet of it. You guys can't hear the whole thing. It's not fair. Because you have to wait, you know, for me to like do the whole thing. I did lie to myself. Oopsie. Don't run away with the cookies. I need it. I need the cookies. All right, you guys. I guess in lieu of spicy ASMR, you guys get... I hope this is it. If it's not it, it's fine. Then I'll just play the other one. It was loud. Sorry, chat.
They say that I was born under a bad sign. Misfortune drawn all across my lifeline, and there's nothing I can do. I'm not the type to be so strong. I better make
Okay, that's it. That's all. That's the snippet you get. It's like twice as long. Like, actually, the full song's like over 3.5 minutes long. It's my song. It's my original song. It's mine. It's for me. It's called Chase the Moon. One of my friends wrote the music and the lyrics, and I think I'm going to change a couple of lyrics, but pretty much, entirely original, which is like, I love. He's so kind. He's oh my gosh, such a creative person. I love this person so much. He's great. It's my music and I need it now. But you have to wait till like January. Trust me, I think it'll be worth the wait. I'm gonna put my original cover. I think I'm gonna put my cover out first, whether that's the one with Lux or Dead End for Ryan Nikki. That's gonna come out first, and then this one will come out. I think I'm gonna have it. We'll see if I release the song first and then I debut, or if I debut and then the song gets released. We'll see. I don't know. You guys call JG Wentworth when you get your music when you need it. Yeah, do you guys want to hear it one more time, and then we'll move on to the book. If you guys don't want to hear it another time, then it's fine. It's fine. You just leave it as it is, and then we'll start the book, because that's fine. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is going to be a lot easier to get through than the other one. This one's a little 877 music now. You guys are funny. I heard 10 more times. You hear one more time. You can hear one more time. Oh, but Nintendo's like, once was enough. Which one? Chat, 20 more. Okay, it's either one more time or no more times. Thank you, Reaper. One more time or no more times? Which one? 5 more? No. You either get one more or no more. One more or no more? Pick one. One more or no more? One more or no more? Okay, but what I am going to do is turn that shit down. One time. Okay, one more time. Let's go. Yay! Sorry, yeah, I turned it down a little bit. But yeah, so like that, there's another there's another verse, another chorus, and then there's the instrumental bit. And then there's one more chorus, but one of my friends, one more time, no more times. Oh, thank you, Polo. Welcome in. Oh no, they haven't heard it yet. Do I have to play it one more time? Hello, Polo. Welcome in. Welcome. For Polo. Well, I'll ask Polo if he wants to hear it. How about that? Welcome in. How was Pew Pew? How was Overwatch? How did it go? Hello, welcome in, Raiders. Welcome. Thank you so much, Soy Ukyo, for following. Thank you. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Lo siento. Yo sé un poco español, pero mi español es muy mal. I try my best. Oh, okay. I was just giving chat a demo of my original song. Did you want to hear it, Polo? Okay, one more time than Bedtime Story. Oh, okay. It's perfectly fine. If you need me, you can type Spanish, and I understand a lot of it too. So better than Polo's Spanish. Dan, don't say that. Shots fired. But yeah, no, I was playing chat a demo of my original song, and then I played it, and then I was like, okay, no more plays, and then you came in, and I was like, but no, Polo might want to hear it. Do you want to hear it, Polo? Chat's like, say yes, Polo. It's like I need to do a Selena song for my karaoke stream. Hey, yeah. Parita mi team up. Hey. Pew to the heart. Oh no. Chat's at my mercy. Yeah, they are. Today at work was the kind of day that makes me wish I could beat the people we kick out of the store. No. I feel that. They really are, Polo. Because if you say, nah, I'll wait to hear it, I'll just go on to reading my story. We'll go on reading a story. Which I should have done 20 minutes ago, but I had problems. I'm still having problems with my, I think I might have to restart YouTube Studio and check that out after. Oh, heckin'. Yeah, because I effed it up. Chat, no. He said no. Wow, Polo being savage. Gotta make them wait. Do you, though? We could just have a live performance right here, which actually nobody's heard yet. Way past your bedtime? Okay, Maid Master Sama. Thank you very much for staying, hyping the song. And I hope to see you soon, okay? Look out on Twitter. I'll put the pictures. Okay, Reaper. It's late for you. Did you not sleep last night, baby? Wow. Oh no. All right. All right. All right. You hear all the singing. But yeah, I want to try and sing it now eventually, but it'll have to be after stream. You guys don't get to hear it. That's what it is. All right, let's see. All right. We're going to turn this down a little bit. So we're going to start that. All right. All right, you guys. We are going to be reading Bedtime Story. All right. We're reading Truly, Madly, Deadly. But here, let me go ahead and I'm gonna... I need to take my hat off. I'm going to put my glasses on. Not that I really need them. And then we'll open the book. And I'll read this chat here in a second. All right. Now we're going to... What? No! Why you do this? Can't believe you've done this. What are you pinned to? Because it's not my arm. There we are. No! Jesus freaking Christ. This asset's driving me nuts. All right. I would like to move my model, please. Thanks. All right. We had a group of teens come in and try to eat chicken right from the deli. Oh, no. They stay in the bathroom with those stupid... Oh, I'm sorry. They ain't got nothing better to do. What the heck? I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry you had to go through that. That's so silly. Aw. I'm sorry, Mega. Well, you can settle down, hopefully, with a bedtime story. All right, you guys. We got story time, story time. All right, we're going to get into it here. All right, you guys. Truly, Madly, Deadly by Hannah Jane. Chapter 1. Thank you for coming. The words rose and fell on the soft pile carpet, and Sawyer wondered whether she should brush the small ball of fuzz from Kevin's earlobe. It stuck there, stark and white, against the dark navy blue of his suit. And I couldn't have gotten through today without you, Mrs. Anderson said, squeezing Sawyer's ice-cold hand. Sawyer knew she should say something comforting, something warm and thoughtful, but all she could focus on was the little bit of fuzz on Kevin's left ear. They said it was immediate, someone whispered. They said he was drunk. Sawyer had heard those words tumble over and over in her mind every minute for the past 48 hours. It was immediate. Kevin was drunk. He didn't stand a chance. Dang it. Stop. Can you... Okay, I was like, you guys can hear Spotify, right? Okay. At least the live people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the VOD people. They do not get to hear the music. No music for you. No music for you. I'm sorry. All right. she wasn't crying, couldn't anymore, as she stared down at Kevin. His eyes were closed, his lips slightly parted, his hands were gently crossed against his chest. Sawyer couldn't help but think, from somewhere dark, somewhere deep inside of her, that at least he couldn't hurt her anymore. You must be devastated. Sawyer felt Mr. Hanson, her Spanish teacher, lay a gentle hand on her shoulder. She shrank away. Wow, hello, Ramen. It's called Truly, Madly, Deadly. It's a thriller. It's a thriller book for spooky season. But it's not going to be like spooky horror. It's just going to be like, oh my God, what's going to happen next type of thing, you know. It's starting at a funeral, it seems. But literally, we're on the second page. So you really caught us at a good time. Sounds good, Nintendo. Thank you. Wah! Wah! Thank you very much for the sub. Thank you, thank you. All right. Sawyer felt Mr. Hanson, her Spanish teacher, lay a gentle hand on her shoulder. She shrank away, the smell of lilies suddenly overwhelmingly cloying. I'll be right back. She took the stairs 2 at a time, her black ballet flats falling soundlessly on the carpet. She paused at the top floor landing when she saw the girl at the end of the hall. The girl blinked at Sawyer. She was tall and thin, unfortunately so, with a boyish body that was all edges and angles. Wow, sorry. Her long brown hair was looped in a herringbone braid that fell over one shoulder, and the baby hairs stood in a statically halo around her head, shot out from the loose weaves of her braid. The girl's eyes looked like they may have been velvety brown and deeply alive once, but now they were sunken and flat now. Her full lips were barely pink, pulled down at the edges. This girl wore her mourning black, like a second skin. Sawyer swallowed, the girl swallowed. Wow, that's awesome. Good night, Nintendo. Thank you for the sub. Thank you. For 5 months. Wow. Yay. You get your own little wand. I like seeing you guys with all your wands. They're very cute. Wow! Thank you so much for all the gift subs. Wow. Well, how many was that? Oh my God. There's so many. That's so many. How many? Wow. 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 So 11. So is that you was that wait. I need to wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So thank you for the 10 gift subs. Lord Mega, thank you so much. And then Twitch gifted 11 more. Thank you so much. Wow, this is going to go on for a minute. Hold on. I've got to pause because it's just going to keep reading out everybody's subs. Thank you. We'll read everybody who's subbed now. Thank you very much, Mega, for gifting sub to Reset. Thank you for gifting to Monstructor. Thank you gifting to Callow, to Gabby, to S Foulpan, to Clumpy Charms, to Big Dan, to Randy Raccoon, to Sir Night Natsu, to Bun Bun 01. Thank you, Twitch, for gifting to Dragon of Eternity, to Nerdy TB, to Jedi Burner, to Armageddon, to Soy Ukyo, to Joven Hawk, to God Kyusuke, to Gabe Trash Panda, to I Love You Baby 090, to Jilly Bean, and to Bonopolis. Thank you so much. We are at 58 subs. That's awesome. Yeah, it did look like a bomb. Oh, yes, I would. Please drop it in memes in my Discord, Ramen. Wow. Wow. Thank you very much. Yeah, you guys are, what? So, what is it, 50? It's 58. 57 is wrong. It's 58. So you guys are, what? 10, 10, 10, 10, 17 shy. 17 shy of the goal. Technically 17, because it malfunctioned. But yeah. I'm waiting. Thank you, Ramen. I'll be very excited to see it. But yeah. I love you, baby, but that is quite alright. I need you, baby. Oh yeah, technically, because they'll gift the rest. Yeah, so 10 more. If anybody wants to give 10 more subs, technically you guys win. But that has to be in the next, 36 hours. Or no ASMR for you guys. It's good. No, you're fine. Seriously? No, you're fine. Wow, your birthday. That's so exciting. But yeah. Because it seems like Twitch is matching everybody's subs. Yeah, so it seems like if it's at least 10, if you guys can talk amongst yourselves and get 10 in the next little bit. No, yeah. Then you guys get ASMR, but just saying, if you can't, it's good too. I believe in you guys, but I also know that sometimes goals are meant to be reached. All right. I think that's it for that. But thank you very much, Mega, for the gifties. I appreciate it. As always, you're very cutie. Ooh, open. Un applause. You guys get applause. You guys get applause emoji now. Oh goodness. Yeah, I get it. That's a lot. Hello, Kanan. Welcome in. But yeah. Thank you so much. King donated some. Not a lot. Hello, everyone. Hello. We are going to continue reading story. I got sidetracked because gift subs. All right. Here we go. All right. Sawyer paused for a full beat before tugging self-consciously at her braid. So what she was basically saying is when she got to the landing, she was looking in a mirror. That makes sense. That I knew that, but I wanted to make sure chat knew that. Then averted her eyes from the mirror that reflected a girl she scarcely recognized. She continued down the hall, moving quickly. She knew from nights lying to her parents and sneaking, shoeless, past her parents' room that Kevin's door was the last one on the left. She slipped in there on a sigh, clicking the door softly shut behind her. A curl-edged painting was scotch taped to the back of Kevin's door, and Sawyer, stunned, fingered it softly. It was a beach scene she had painted the first day Kevin spoke to her. They were in art class, and she was lost in her own brushstrokes, squinting, leaning close to make the crush of the waves as realistic as possible. "You're really good," he had said, his chin jutting out toward the scene. Sawyer could still feel the overwhelming heat in her cheeks as her index finger followed the curl of the foam on the forever still water. "Thank you for that. Did the head pads work? Why did they break? Hello? Head pass, why you not? Head pass, no work. I reconnect. It's fine. Thank you for the head pads, Raccoon. Welcome back." Yeah, that's something that people do. Hello, RTD. Now our head pad's stuck? Man, my model's just having a time today. You're going to see all of my stuff, chat. You're going to have to deal with it. Oh, no. Because usually Spout's working. Made it home. Dej. You've had quite a journey. So I get it. Yeah, let's take a journey. I know a place where the grass is really greener. Sorry. Warm, wet, and wild. All right. Yeah, looking behind the curtain. California girls were unforgettable. They see Duke's bikinis on top. Sun-kissed skin so hot will melt your popsicle. Whoa, oh, oh. Something like that. All right. I'm going to go back to reading the story. Everybody say hi to Raccoon. All right. Sawyer could feel the overwhelming heat in her cheeks as her index finger followed the curl of the foam on the forever still water. She heard a soft breath in the yellowing light that filtered through the blinds and cracked across the painting. The recruiter came to see him, you know. Mr. Anderson said it without turning around. Kevin's father was perched at the end of his son's bed. His head was bowed, and his back was toward her. Azur, can I replace my radio with you? I mean, you can try. Yeah. S-I-M-P, squirrels in my pants. Yeah, that's a good one. His head bowed and his back was toward her, but Sawyer could see that his fingers were working on the silky fabric of Kevin's number 22 Hawthorne Hornets football jersey, while an army of gold-plated football trophies looked on. "He talked about marrying you." Mr. Anderson looked over his shoulder then, his watery blue eyes finding Sawyer, a reminiscing half-smile on his chapped lips. "He said he'd get into Cal and you'd get into the Art Institute and that would be it." Sawyer tried to smile, tried to remember the moments when she and Kevin would sprawl in the grass, his hand finding hers as they talked about the future that was far off and pristine, that slowed off divorce and jealousy and high school pressures and rivalries. She remembered telling Kevin that she wanted to go to the Art Institute, remembered the far-off look in his eyes when a smile snaked across his lips. "What?" she said, barely able to keep the grin from her lips. Kevin shook his head and squeezed Sawyer's hand gently. How perfect is that? I'll go to Cal, be the dashing football star, and you'll be across the bay at the Art Institute, painting portraits of your beloved. Portraits of John Lennon? I think I'd get tired of that. Kevin tugged on her arm, gently, softly, and Sawyer slipped into his lap, loving the feeling of his arms wrapped around her. She felt so safe, so warm. When his lips nuzzled to her ear, she felt the spark move low in her belly. Now the memory caught in her throat. That was when things were good, she told herself. Mr. Anderson sucked in a sharp breath that brought Sawyer back to the present. She looked up just in time to see Kevin's father double over himself, heavy hands hugging his sides. There was no sound except for the ragged tear of his breath as he cried. Sawyer felt her bottom lip quiver. Although she pinched her eyes shut, she saw Kevin. Cheeks pink and alive, lips pressed into a half smile he shared with his father. In her mind's eye, that grin turned into a snarl. She had heard that sickening smack of skin against skin in her head. She reeled, feeling that sting again. He loved you so much. Sawyer felt Kevin's warm breath, heard the deep rumble of his voice as he told her he loved her for the first time. She remembered the shiver that zinged to the top of her head from the base of her spine, amazed, delighted, enraptured. Kevin Anderson, the most popular boy in school, loved her. She was everything in that moment. When Kevin's fingertips brushed against the small of her back, when his lips pressed up against hers, her life, her family, had splintered. Her mother had moved across the country. Her father loved another woman, but Kevin Anderson wanted Sawyer. He wanted Sawyer Dodd, and that made her feel real. She wanted to hold on to that for a moment, was desperate to hold on to that moment and nothing else. Not when he got angry, not when she made him mad, not the tear-racked apologies that followed. Sawyer nodded, the tears slipping over her cheeks. I loved him too. The mood at school on Monday was somber, and Sawyer was tired of people averting their stares when she walked by. Third period choir was her favorite escape. When she slipped into the band room, she couldn't help but grin when Chloe Coulter, seated at the piano with long legs kicking, caught her eye. Sawyer! Chloe vaulted off the piano, her blonde ponytail flailing behind her. She tackled Sawyer in an enthusiastic hug, not caring as students shoved past them. How are you? Chloe's eyes were bright, clear blue. Today they were wide and sympathetic, framed by two dark black lashes and heavy brows. Are you okay? Sawyer nodded slowly, and her best friend squeezed her hand and then blew out a sigh. Did you just get back in town? Chloe waved her pink late pass. Yeah, her eyes searched Sawyer. I'm so sorry, Sawyer. I wish I could have been there. Was it awful? It was awful, wasn't it? I should have been there for you. God, I suck. Sawyer swallowed hard. It was your grandmother's 90th birthday. No one expected you to come back. But I would have, Chloe said, blonde ponytail bobbing. I can't believe he's gone, Maggie Gaines said, her ski jump nose a heady red. She was flanked on either side by stricken onlookers who offered condolences and Kleenex as Maggie murmured to them in a voice just loud enough to be overheard. When she caught Sawyer staring, Maggie's glossy eyes went immediately hard and sharp. Look at her, Chloe spat. Kevin was your boyfriend, but Maggie needs to be inconsolable center of attention. That should be you. Sawyer shrunk back into her baggy sweatshirt. Let her have her moment, she mumbled. They dated for a while, too. Chloe snorted, like 100 years ago. Mr. Rose kicked open the side door and shoved a costume rack into the choir room. The student chatter died down, and the kids leaned forward, eyes glued to the new choir uniforms. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rose started, I know you've all been waiting with bated breath to see what you're wearing for this year's regionals. The group groaned as a well-tuned whole. The Hawthorne High Honeybee Choir was known for only two things: being four-time back-to-back national champions and having the ugliest uniforms known to man. Sawyer's freshman year featured an army green taffeta number with balloon sleeves, lace inlays for the girls, and equally unattractive green velvet blazers for the guys. I say that because that sounds so gross, you guys. Ugh. Sophomore year, the budget was cut. The Honeybee Choir showed up looking like exceptionally well-tuned army of white vest waiters. Oh. And at the end of the year, the school had taken pity on the choir and offered some leftover graduation gowns on which the costume department had stitched fighting hornets and musical notes. Oh, jeez. Must have been at clown school with them costumes. That's what I'm saying. I've worn some like good costumes in my day, but I've also worn some not so good ones. So, I know. That was when the group was expecting Mr. Rose to begin his excited introduction. So, without further ado, Mr. Rose pulled back the black sheet off the costume bar, and a collective "ah" sailed through the classroom. Maggie stopped sniffling into her Kleenex. Chloe gasped, and Sawyer sat up straighter. OMG! They're gorgeous! With one hand, Mr. Rose held up a simple black satin sheath dress, its waist cinched with a thick red sash, and in the other hand, he offered a black blazer with a red tie. Dang, that's much of an upgrade. That's an upgrade. The honeybees cheered. Mr. Rose, apple cheeks pushed up into a full-faced smile, beamed. The school board heard your fashion protest and decided, finally, that the singing honeybees should look like 5-time regional champions. Once the students had dropped back into some semblance of order, Mr. Rose handed out the plastic-wrapped garments. When he got to Sawyer, he paused, giving the sympathetic smile she was so quickly growing tired of seeing. He rested a soft hand on her shoulder and cocked his head. Are you doing okay, Sawyer? Sawyer took the dress and offered him a small smile. Yeah, I am. Thanks, Mr. Rose. You know, I'd like for the honeybees to add a small tribute number to Kevin in our set list. He was such a big part of the Hornet community. Sawyer felt a lump growing in her throat, and she nodded. That sounds nice. Kevin would have liked that. I'd like to feature you in a solo for that number. Mr. Rose's eyes were kind, his puffy gray eyebrows high, expectant. Would that be okay with you? Sawyer nodded mutely, dread, excitement, sadness, and anxiety welling up inside her all at once. Thank you, Mr. Rose, she finally managed. Mr. Rose passed Sawyer and Chloe, continuing his costume distribution to the other honeybees. Chloe leaned in, excitement evident on her face. A solo? She asked breathlessly. Oh my God, that's awesome. It just sucks that... Chloe avoided Sawyer's eyes, looking at her own folded hands in her lap. It just sucks that Kevin couldn't be here to hear you. Sawyer tried to form a response or a cohesive sentence, but nothing came out. Mr. Rose took his spot behind the piano, and the honeybees did their warm-ups. At the last note, he beckoned to Sawyer. She made her way to the front of the class, feeling the heat of all of the eyes on her. When she turned, it was just Maggie, her eyes narrowed, challenging. Sawyer offered a small, non-combative smile that Maggie ignored. Her name is Maggie, but I don't like her, so I keep messing up her name. Cause like, girl, more than one person can like somebody. Goodness gracious. We used to be friends, Sawyer heard herself plead silently. Maggie's hate rolled off her in waves. When the bell rang, Sawyer and Chloe gathered up their backpacks and new uniforms and headed toward the door. Maggie, arms crossed in front of her chest, stopped Sawyer dead in her tracks. A solo? She said, her eyes raked over Sawyer, the distaste evident. Can you move, please? I need to get to my locker before 4th. She was too tired to deal with one of Maggie's jealous rages. But Maggie remained in Sawyer's way. Do you think I'm going to fall for you and your stupid woe is me act? Doubtful. You don't deserve this solo, and you didn't deserve Kevin. A real girlfriend wouldn't be able to pull herself together, let alone do a solo. Sawyer wanted to fight back, but she was exhausted and emotionless. Maybe Maggie was right. She didn't deserve to be Kevin's girlfriend. Didn't deserve to be at the blunt end of his anger. A small voice inside of her in her head nagged. Sawyer shook it off and shoved Maggie aside with more force than she meant. Lay off, Maggie. Get over yourself, Sawyer heard Chloe growl. Sawyer doesn't need to play the chick who can't get herself together. You do it too well. It's just too bad that you've been doing it ever since Kevin dumped you. When was that exactly? 9, 10 months ago now? Little too long to be carrying a flame, don't you think? Chloe flicked a lock of Maggie's hair, then wrinkled her nose. It's probably time to drag your obsessively depressed ass into the shower. It'll make you feel better. Chloe shoved past Maggie and linked arms with Sawyer, steering her down the hall. That's a good best friend, though. Because that was some choice words. Because she is just being a bitch for why? For why? Just because a guy that she liked decided to, to love somebody else? I'm just confused here. You know? I'm confused. Twitch, I am Confucia. All right. All right. Oh, some Spanish. Here we go. Chloe's blue eyes went wide and baby doll innocent. Oh, honey, I didn't do that for you. She blinked, a wry smile spreading across her passion pink lips. I did it for me. Hola, señoras. Oh, why would they call them señoras, first of all? They are señoritas. Señoras are for people who are married and older. Hola, señoritas. Mr. Hansen was the school's sole Spanish teacher, but at barely 30 years old, he looked more like a student than a faculty member. He edged his way between Sawyer and Chloe and grinned, while a hallway full of girls drooled. Perdón. Ah, Sawyer. ¿Has estudiado para la prueba? He said, looking expectantly at her. Sawyer felt the redness bloom in her cheeks and shifted her weight. Sí, señor. Bueno. A wide smile spread across Mr. Hansen's face, his eyes crinkling with the effort. Oh my God, what did he just say to you? Okay, first of all, I know what he just said. It's fine. He said, did you study for the quiz or test? I think it's test. Honestly, I have no idea. My stock answers are sí, no, or often used. How do you say menstrual cramps in Spanish? Oh. Chloe crinkled her nose. Ew. They never ask you to translate that sombrero thing if they think you've got cramps. Oh. Chloe watched the back of Mr. Hansen's head as he disappeared into Principal Chappie's office. Screw French. I'm transferring to Spanish. You were bound to waste it on some French Canadian anyway. Don't you love him? Sawyer glanced over her shoulder and caught one last glimpse of Mr. Hansen's dark hair before he disappeared into the office. Don't you think he's a little overeager? Please. Half of my teachers don't even know my first name. Hansen's like fresh out of teacher school or whatever, and still hopeful. He still believes in us. Chloe batted her eyelashes sweetly. Whatever. Besides, I heard he gave Libby a ride home the other day. Sawyer unzipped her backpack, and I'm sure she thanked him appropriately. Chloe crossed her arms in front of her chest, bored now. Are we still on for tomorrow night? You mean our convocation? Ooh, convocation. SAT word? Sawyer laughed. My ticket out of suburban hell. Let me call you tomorrow, though. Dad and wife number 2 are finding out the sex/species of the spawn. So I'm sure they'll want to do something educational or emotionally satisfying out of their Blended Families, Blended Lives book. Oh, gosh. I see. Another evening of rubbing placenta on each other and worshiping the moon. Oh, no. Sawyer sighed. Are you sure you don't want me to come over and watch your parents' passive aggression as they avoid each other while showing their extreme disappointment in your choices? Chloe folded a stick of gum into her mouth and chewed thoughtfully. Hell no. Wednesday is fried chicken and mac and cheese as vegetable night at the Double Wide. That dysfunction is all mine. And they're not my parents. Lois and Dean are my guardians. Sawyer cocked her head, her arms crossed in front of her chest. Not mom and stepdad anymore? Hopefully not. Haven't seen Dean in over a week. And I'm using the guardian thing, so hopefully Lois will finally cave in and admit that I'm adopted. Sawyer grinned, except that you're the spitting image of your mother. Sawyer, Dodd, that's a horrible thing to say. Of course. 1,000 apologies. I take it back. Better. Chloe blew Sawyer an air kiss. I'll be waiting by the phone with greasy fingers for your call. I'll have an ambulance on standby, Sawyer called over her shoulder. She grinned, watching her best friend skip down the hall. For the first time in what seemed like forever, things felt normal and light again. Excuse me. Logan Haas smiled shyly at Sawyer and as she steps aside, letting him get into the locker under hers. Logan bore the unlucky high school triumvirate of being slight, short, nearsighted, but Sawyer liked him. Hey, sorry, she said. Logan stacked his books, slammed his locker shut, gave Sawyer an awkward salute, and headed down the hall, eyes glued to his shoes. Sawyer spun her combination lock, yanked the door open, her eyes forming a small O of surprise when she did so. Amongst her neatly stacked binder and books was a short, fat envelope in a pale mint green. Her name was printed on it in handwriting font. She took the envelope and looked over both shoulders. No one milled about, red-faced or smiling, indicate they had slipped the note into her locker. She tore the envelope open and pulled a matching green folded card, a tiny plain oak leaf embossed on the bottom. And when she opened, a clipped newspaper article slipped out. Sawyer didn't have to read the end line to know what it said. Local high school student killed in car wreck. She swallowed down a cry and read the note on the card. It simply said, "You're welcome." Oh, buenas noches, so Ukyo. Tengo un buena noche, okay? Buena despierta, okay? Have a good sleep. Tengo una buena despierta. I think. Have a good night. Buenas noches. Muchas gracias for the follow. Muchas gracias. Adios. Oh, guys. She got a note. Say you're welcome. All right. Chapter 2. We finally made it to chapter 2. Let's do it, Chet. Heat, like a live wire, raced down Sawyer's spine. The note signed, an admirer. That word, admirer, clawed at her. Her fingers started to shake, and she flicked the note back into her locker and slammed the door shut, pressing her forehead against the cool metal. It's nothing, she told herself. Probably someone sent flowers. Everyone sent flowers. Each hour after Kevin's death was reported, a new bouquet seemed to show up. Gaudy, pitiful, with drooping spider mums and cheap glittered ribbons in the Hawthorne High School colors. Each bouquet reminded Sawyer of Kevin, especially when they died. Suddenly, she hated flowers. I'm sure that's what it is. Tick-tock, Miss Dodd. Principal Chappie tapped his mammoth wristwatch as he strode, giving students his principal snarl and tick-tock warning. Sawyer hiked her backpack over her shoulder and stepped away from her locker, but that meager line, "You're welcome," was like an invisible string pulling her back. She spun her combination lock and reached for the note, her fingers hovering tentatively over it, as if though it would burn her. Sorry, my feet are tired. She finally snatched it up, tucked the note in her bag, heading toward her AP biology class. Chloe appeared in the hallway, halfway to Sawyer's class, and fell in step with her. She leaned in. "You look awful," she whispered. Sawyer swallowed heavily and licked her lips. "There was something in my locker." "Like a dead mouse?" Chloe shuddered. "Ahem," Mr. Rose said from inside his classroom. "As soon as Miss Dodd is through with her conversations, we will begin our class." Sawyer looked from Mr. Rhodes to Chloe. "Gotta go." Chloe peeled off into her own class as Sawyer beelined through the open door and pulled it shut behind her, whispering apologies as she did. "Nice for you to join us, Sawyer. Please take your seat." "Sorry." She ducked into her desk at the back of the room and pulled out her biology book, working to rein in her mind as it shot off in multiple directions. As the day wore on, Sawyer tried to put the note out of her mind, but each time the bell rang, her heart would start to punch through her ribs. She purposely avoided her locker, which was easy to do since her speech class didn't require a book, and she was planning on buying her lunch anyway. But she couldn't avoid it at the end of the day. She sat in her last class, doing her best to avoid the clock, but each time another minute ticked off, a hot coil of dread burned through her. When the bell finally rang, she took time to gather her things. Chloe poked her head through the doorway of the hall, glaring at Sawyer. "Oh my God, Sawyer, glaciers are melting," she moaned. "Come on already." Sawyer slung her last book into her backpack and hitched it over her shoulder. She followed Chloe into the crowded hallway, and as they approached the junior hall, icy fingers of anxiety or fear prickled at Sawyer. She tried to shake it off, to remind herself of her well-constructed flower theory, but the note and its message hung heavily in the back of her mind. "Hey, are you okay?" Chloe asked. Sawyer shook her head, shrugged. "Didn't you say you got something?" Sawyer sucked in a stomach-quivering breath, her eyes focused on her locker. Would there be another note? She fumbled with the lock and tugged it open, letting out a whoosh of air as she saw her locker just as she left it. Her neat stack of books, two tubes of chapstick, a picture of her and Kevin, and no more. Earth to Sawyer. Sorry, Chloe. I'm just tired, I guess. I'm not sleeping very well. I thought your doctor gave you some sleeping pills or something." Sawyer nodded, swapping her books in her locker for the ones in her backpack. "He did, but if I take one of those, I'm dead to the world." "Sounds like heaven." Sawyer rolled her eyes. Heaven with the teeniest bit of hallucinatory crazy tossed in. Chloe bounced on the balls of her feet. Ooh, IPO paid hallucinogens? Sign me up. And then I run like molasses the next morning. You dropped something. Chloe bent down and plucked up the mint green envelope from the linoleum. What's this? What's this? Sawyer swallowed. It's nothing. She snatched the envelope back while Chloe cocked an eyebrow. Grabby? Sawyer bit her lip and then forced a nonchalant smile. Call me later? Will do. Sawyer felt like she was sleepwalking through all of track practice. Coach Sorry. I got something in my eye. Okay. And Coach Carter told her the same. She was glad when she finally let the team leave after their time trials. You okay, S? Coach Carter asked as the students trickled off the field. Yeah, I'm sorry, Coach. I was just... Sawyer bit her bottom lip, suddenly certain that Coach Carter could see right through her and would know that she was lying. Distracted, Coach nodded. That's not like you. He broke into a friendly grin and trotted backwards. You're going to have to bring it next time, though, right? Sawyer smiled back, for once glad that Coach Carter said nothing more than her performance on the track. Sure, she mumbled, forcing herself to smile. Sawyer skipped back to the changing in the locker room and went directly to her car in the school parking lot. She threw her backpack, note safely tucked in the front pocket, on the passenger seat. She drove her brand new midnight blue Honda Accord with all of the extras. Though she was thankful, she wasn't as wowed by the thing as her friends had been. When they saw her shiny new wheels and imminent... Hold on. The heck? Huh. Well, if my tracking goes out, I'll know why. My phone's just decided, like, it should be charging right now, but it's not. Hold on. I wonder if I restart it, it'll help. I don't know. Scuff. Scuff. Okay. We'll see. Ugh, Lord. This, like, literally isn't supposed to be happening, but all right. I love that for me. Well, if I lose tracking completely, I'll know why. And then it's lost right now, but that's on purpose. All right. All right. Let's cross our fingers. Where they saw shiny new wheels and imminent freedom, Sawyer saw her parents' last unified attempt at appeasement or apology, while her mother moved 2,000 miles away to run a corporate office, and her father and wife number 2 moved Sawyer to the outer regions of hell. Her parents had presented the car as a reliable necessity for Sawyer. Her father's new subdivision and her new, just like every other house in the tract home, were 33 miles away from Chloe, Hawthorne High, and every bit of civilization in Sawyer's life. She sunk her key into the ignition, plastic Fighting Hornet keychain dangling, but didn't start the car. Instead, she bit her lip and listened to her heartbeat speed up, grimacing as hot needles prickled at her spine. She unzipped her pack. Hello, Panda. She unzipped her pack and pulled out the note, studying the envelope as if some new revealing clue would suddenly appear. There was nothing. On a sharp breath, she plucked the card out of the envelope, opened it, and reading the handwriting font once again. You're welcome. She said the words out loud, and they seemed to fill the whole car, squeeze the air out of the cab. Sawyer chewed her bottom lip, glancing from the newspaper article back to the note. I'm welcome for what? She heard the football coach's whistle blow in the distance, signaling the end of practice. Football players, muddied and sweaty, began to trickle into the parking lot, their hoots and howls and general chatter muffled by the Accord's rolled-up windows. The team's girlfriends hung back with the cheerleaders who would walk onto the lot in bunches, talking animatedly, ponytails bobbing. Hello, Panda. A group of band members lugged their instruments from behind them. Sawyer watched as a group of varsity football players ambled by, all wearing matching shirts, hornet green. The words, "We will never forget you," printed on a bright white number 21, the last name Anderson. Kevin. Sawyer looked from the jerseys to the note in her hand. Her breathing hitched, and her fingers and the note began to tremble. Someone new. A navy blue sedan was blocking Sawyer's driveway when she came home from track practice. Sawyer parked behind it and stepped out of her car, the dusk already setting, already pushing the estates into hazy darkness. She blinked when she saw the spark of a cigarette on the side of the house. Sawyer guessed that the owner of the sedan was checking out the bones of the house nearby. It wasn't unusual for potential buyers to check out the Dot's model home. Hey, Dad, Sawyer started. It looks like someone's looking at the... She paused, looking at the three heads that swung to look at her. Her stomach rolled over on itself as she felt all eyes fixate on her, studying her with a look she was starting to recognize and loathe, as sympathy mixed with curiosity with the tiniest hint of frustration. Sawyer's dark eyes washed from her stepmother to her father. What's going on? Andrew Dodd blinked at his wife and cleared his throat. They were perched on the new ecru couch, pillows undisturbed, and their faces were drawn. A man sat on the couch directly across from them. A small leather... Hello, Marshadow. Welcome in. Thank you for the first-time chat. Welcome in. We're reading a book. I hope you enjoy book. I will read. I read book. Dang it. Yeah, I'm going to lose freaking power, man. I don't understand what's happening to my phone. It's so weird. It's at 6%. I don't understand. Hello, Marshadow. Welcome in. Might have to end stream early. I don't want to. But my phone is like literally, it's plugged in and not charging. It's saying it's charging and it's lying. Which is like really frustrating. Maybe I have to, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll investigate it here later. I thought it was charging when I took a nap earlier, but it clearly not. A man sat on the couch directly across from them, a small leather notepad placed on his knee. Is this your daughter? The man asked. Yes, Andrew Dodd said, jumping up and going to her. This is Sawyer. He put his hand on the small of Sawyer's back and ushered her into the living room. Sawyer, this is Detective Frank Biggs. Frank Biggs looked exactly like you'd expect a man named Frank Biggs to look. a mustached fire plug and a short-sleeved button-down shirt, a stained blue tie, and khakis that could use an iron or a dumpster. Sawyer shook his hand and smiled, breathing out a whoosh of overly minted Nicorette-smelling air. Nice to meet you. Dad, what's this about? Detective Biggs just wants to ask a few questions about Kevin. Andrew cleared his throat a second time, avoiding Sawyer's game about what happened to Kevin. Just a routine follow-up questions, Biggs said, flipping a small black ballpoint pen over his hairy knuckles. Sawyer nodded. Okay, but I told the other officer everything I knew. Biggs nodded and flipped open his notebook. So, did you see Kevin the night of the accident, Sawyer? Oh, interesting. He pronounced her name Soya, as her mixed with her his flat brown eyes. Yes, I saw him before a sob lodged in her throat, before the accident. Were you in the car with him at any time? Andrew let out a hissing sigh. Is this really necessary? She already said that she had been on a date with Kevin and that they walked back to her car. Sawyer turned to her father. It's okay, Dad. So, were you in the car with Kevin up until then? I'm okay, Marshadow. My phone's being silly. So, like I said, I might have to end stream soon. And I don't want to. Because, I just like my phone to behave. But it's been misbehaving recently. So, but how are you? I need to read a book. But you let me know. So you were in Kevin's car up until when? I don't know, 9 o'clock maybe? And that was on the hillside? Yeah. So you weren't in the car with Kevin as he went down the hill. Sawyer shook her head. No. He'd been drinking. I'd walked down myself. Can I ask why you're asking me this? The other officer, he asked me pretty much everything. Detective Biggs looked up from his notebook. We found a shoe stuck in the mud near the accident site. A shoe? Biggs nodded and produced a color photograph of the shoe next to a ruler. It's a lady's size 7.5. What size shoe do you wear? Sawyer cocked an eyebrow. 7.5. Damn. Tara cleared her throat from her spot on the couch. I wear a 7.5 as well, Detective. It's a pretty common size for women. The detective regarded with a small bob of his head. We're not making any accusations here, Mrs. Dodd. We're just trying to establish some facts. He turned back to Sawyer and pressed the photograph toward her. Do you recognize this shoe? Sawyer took the photograph. I have these shoes, but so does pretty much every girl at Hawthorne. May I see them, please? She was taken aback. My shoes? Just what exactly are you getting at, Detective Biggs? Andrew asked. We're working on a theory, just a theory, that there may have been someone else in the car with Kevin that night. Sawyer's breath hitched. What? The passenger seat was moved back just enough for someone to have slipped out the door. But the car, everyone said it was smashed. Wouldn't a passenger have been killed? Or at least hurt pretty severely? Why would someone not say something? Why wouldn't they just say they were in the car? Detective Biggs held up his meeting hands. Right now, it's just a theory. Like I said, we're trying to establish the facts. Figure out as best we can exactly what happened that night. The seat being in that position could have been a coincidence. The shoe stuck in the mud, well, it could have been left in a car prior and kicked out on impact. Or it could have just been there on the side of the road. You kids spend a lot of time up there on the Hicks. There's always a lot of junk left behind. Sawyer felt strangely ashamed, like the detective had stumbled on her generation's dirty little secret. Dirty little secret. Because they probably do things up there, chat. Secret things. May I see the shoes, Sawyer? Sawyer nodded mutely and climbed the stairs her mind trembling over the idea that someone could have been in the car with Kevin. If someone had been there, she mused, why would that person had let him drive if they knew he'd been drinking? Wait, why did she let him drive if she knew that he had been drinking? That's my question. She picked through the detritus of her closet floor, shoving past the prom shoes and track sneakers. But hey, it's just a theory. A crime theory. That's a good one. The pair in question, a fairly nondescript pair of small-issued metallic flats, wasn't there. Sawyer flopped back onto her butt onto the floor, frowning. She did a cursory check under her bed before half-heartedly picking the bulging cardboard box labeled Sawyer. 20 minutes later, she stepped down the stairs and shrugged. I can't find them. Sawyer gestured toward the photo Detective Biggs laid on the coffee table. But those can't be mine. She licked her lips, forcing the words past her teeth as the images of that night flashed in her mind. I wasn't wearing them that night. Detective Biggs sucked on his teeth and seemed to consider Sawyer's statement. Everything in her went on synapse snapping, high alert. Suddenly, without knowing why, Sawyer felt guilty. When the detective broke the silence of what seemed like eons later, Sawyer breathed. Biggs thrust out a hand to Sawyer's father and stepmom. Sorry to have bothered you, Mr. and Mrs. Dodd. He nodded at Sawyer. You have a very smart daughter here. Sawyer watched her father and Tara shake Biggs's hand. Frustration prickled her spine when no one corrected Biggs. No one reminded him that Tara wasn't her mother. When the detective offered his hand to Sawyer, she shook it woodenly, saying nothing. Once the door closed, he was gone. Sawyer blinked. I'm gonna go take a shower. Don't you want to eat something first? Tara asked. Sawyer shook her head, feeling the dead weight of something sitting in the pit of her stomach. No, I'm not very hungry. She turned her back on Tara and her father's expectant stares and pulled a backpack over her shoulder. Once she got back to her room, she shut the door, dumped the pack, and stashed the note where no one would find it. Then she turned the shower on as hot as she could get it, and as the water would wash away the last year of her life. Sawyer was in her pajamas, hair wrapped in a towel turban. She stretched out on her bed when there was a knock on her doorframe. She looked up from her Spanish homework and blinked at her father. Hey, he said softly. Hey. He walked in, sitting at the edge of Sawyer's bed and fanning out her bedspread. She's trying, you know. Sawyer didn't say anything. She kept her pencil moving, even though she had ceased conjuncting verbs and was now doodling circles in her notebook. I know. It's not easy for her. Wow! Thank you very much, Marshadow, for the follow. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Sawyer looked up, betrayal flashing in her eyes. It's not easy for me either. I know, and Tara understands that, but this is all new to her. New husband, new house, new teenage daughter. It's a lot to take in. She just wants to make this work. She wants us all to be a family. Can you give her a break? Sawyer felt tears stinging behind her eyes. She gritted her teeth, digging deep into her molars until her jaw hurt. It's a little new for me too, remember? When she was getting a new husband, I was getting a new stepmom and a new house. She swallowed hard, trying to wash down the thick lump in her throat. And losing my real mom, she wanted to say. Andrew rubbed his palm over his mouth and sighed. And you're strong, sweetheart. Tara's not like you. She needs a little more help. Bitch! Shut the fuck up. That's your daughter. I don't like this, Dad, already. Sawyer caught on that word, strong. When her parents' marriage fell apart, people calling her strong was just because she didn't start cutting herself or bring a gun to school. But she wasn't strong. She was weak and small and afraid. And she felt safe when Kevin opened his arms to her, tucked her forehead under his chin. She remembered the rhythmic rise and fall of his chest, and the first time they had had sex, the first time in so long that she didn't have to be strong. Back then, Kevin had protected her. Sawyer, and the lines of her binder paper blurred in front of her as she refused to cry. She sniffed and nodded. Sure, Dad, I'll try. Sawyer flopped on her bed at 7:30, her body heavy with exhaustion, but sleep wouldn't come. The words of the note hung heavy on her periphery. It's like if she could read a little more into them, give them a little more thought, they reveal the mystery admirer. At close to 1 a.m., Sawyer finally kicked off her covers, frustrated, to retrieve the note from her underwear drawer where she had stashed it. She read it, turned it over and over again in her hands, but nothing was shaken loose, no memory or insight. She was smashing the letter back between the pair of boy shorts and a sequin thong that Chloe had given her as a gag gift when light flooded into the room. It came in a smooth, blue-white arc, pouring over her open bathroom door, her computer desk, her bulletin board, until it shifted over Sawyer. She was paralyzed under the bright light. When it washed over her, plunging her into blackness, her eyes burned and the adrenaline rushed through her, worked her already aching muscles. Oh, God. Sawyer grabbed at her chest, feeling a spastic thump of her heart against her hand. Now I'm scared of light. She felt the giggle twitter through her as she crawled back into bed, sinking into her pooled covers. When the arc of light came one more time, she talked herself out of the nerves, out of the niggling feeling in the back of her mind that something was wrong. Headlights, freakazoid, she said out loud, keeping her voice throaty and low. Nothing weird about. She bolted upright and kicked out of bed, falling to her knees on the carpet. She pressed her palms against the windowsill as she sunk down, only so her eyes and top of the head were showing. She swept the street. Who the hell is out driving now? Ooh, sorry. She mumbled into the darkness. She had no neighbors, no guests in civilization, anything other than cows and model homes. It was at least 20-minute drive from her housing tract. Sawyer poked her head up another half-inch and craned her neck, trying to see down the connecting streets, but it was dead and silent outside. There was no wind rattling from what remained of the leaves this autumn. No neighbors with the lights still on or TVs blaring. Sawyer hated that empty housing development. During the day, the houses looked cheery and welcoming, like some apron-wearing mom was in the model kitchen baking cookies, her perfect kids ready to spill out the front door at any moment. But in the dark, the same houses seemed to boast their emptiness. The windows looked like they had hid perfect American families by day, were gaping and menacing and black at night. There was no sound and no movement, until Sawyer caught a beady red eye out of the corner of her eye. It was the taillight of a car. The other must have been broken, as it sailed down the street, a leisurely coast. Had it been daylight, a lone car in the street wouldn't have piqued Sawyer's interest. People were always cruising through, pretending they were heading to the new homes, she guessed. But tonight was unusually dark night, starless, and without streetlights, there was nothing to see, unless you knew what you were looking for. Sawyer shuddered and pulled the curtain closed. She slipped slowly back into bed, pulling the covers to her chin, her eyes wide, focused on the ceiling. She was willing them to shut, but her mind kept spinning. She rolled over onto her side, her eyes suddenly very used to the darkness. She flicked over to her nightstand, the stack of books just lying there, and settled on the prescription bottle shoved behind this week's U.S. magazine. Sawyer sighed and rolled over, clamping her eyes shut, and then she rolled back. No, I hate that stuff, she muttered. It makes me feel freaking crazy. She flapped back hard against her pillow and pulled another one over her face. As her parents leveled their news, divorce, split homes, a move for Dad to the outer regions of the housing tract hell, and the chance of a lifetime for Mom moved her across the country, they doted on Sawyer and looked at her with troubled expressions. And when a new car and promises of a good new start didn't make her smile or sleep at night, it was Dr. Johnson and 1 hour a week of how does that make you feel? And finally, trazodone. After tossing and turning for another 20 minutes, Sawyer was in the bathroom filling up a glass of cold water and popping a dose of the medication. Just so I can get some sleep, she mumbled against her sallow, sunken-eyed reflection, and then she crawled into bed and fell into a restless, heavy slumber. Ugh. I don't want to, because it's like, okay. Yeah, I won't be able to make it through another chapter. I want to make it to 2 hours, though. Why is my phone being so stupid? I don't understand. Okay, well, I guess we can chit-chat for the next couple minutes, but we'll stop at the end of chapter 2, moving on to chapter 3 next time here. Ugh. And if it goes out, it goes out. I'll just be jamming. All right. I don't know, man. I gotta figure out my phone's problem here. All right, let's see. We're gonna go ahead and see who we can rate into. I'm sorry it's so short. It's usually quite a lot longer, but since my phone is losing its battery fairly quickly right now, please tune in next weekend. We will have a longer stream for bedtime stories, and we'll read more of the book. I'm just very sad that my phone's decided to be a silly goose. And, today's stream was so scuffed. Promise next week will be better. We will have a good time. I guess I want to try singing my song before my tracking leaves. Hold on. I want to see if I can sing it. Ain't nobody listening. It's good. We good, fam. Let's see. All right. I think I can do it. Okay. Okay, I'll duplicate this then. I'm just talking to myself. Don't worry about it. All right. I'm not going to sing the whole thing, though. They say that I was born under a bad sign. Misfortune drawn all across my lifeline, and there's nothing I can do. I'm not the type to get starstruck. I better make my own luck. Fate's what you make of any situation. Flip over all the tarot cards, blacking out the stars. In the dark, I make my own illumination. I'll chase the moon and catch the starlight. Remake the world in my own design. Finding the limits where the universe may lie. I'll never know unless I try to chase the moon and touch the sky. Oh, well, you guys didn't hear the music. Oh, wow. Here. Let's try again. We'll try again. You just heard me do it a cappella. Let's try it one more time. Sorry. Let's try again. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. All right. Yay! Okay. They say that I was born under a bad sign. Misfortune drawn all across my lifeline, and there's nothing I can do. I'm not the type to get starstruck. I better make my own luck. Fate's what you make of any situation. Flip over all the tarot cards, blacking out the stars. In the dark, I make my own illumination. I'll chase the moon and catch the starlight. Remake the world in my own design. Finding the limits where the universe may lie. I'll never know unless I try to chase the moon and touch the sky. No more. Okay. Yeah, I know. I lost my tracking. It finally died. My phone's freaking out. It's fine. All right. Let's look and see what's going on with Twitch. I'm still here. I'm just vibing. Don't worry. I'm at least plugged in. Let's see. Okay. It might just be the cord, to be honest. Like, the cord's kind of beat up. 1 2. Just 1 2 2. God dang. All right. Let's go ahead. We're going to raid out to Zeki. He's playing Street Fighter 6. And Zeki's very ASMR coded. His voice is very soothing. I enjoy. But I hope you guys will enjoy. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna get the raid message in chat really quick. I'm just gonna be vibe. It's fine. Like, there's really not much I can do. We're gonna get off stream here, and I'm gonna have to do so much maintenance right now. Cause I just, like, if my phone is gonna be like this, like, that's not good. Cause, like, I need my phone for my work study. So, like, if my phone's just like, I'm dead, I'm like, why? Hello? All right, that's the raid message, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm just vibing. But there's really not a lot I can do right now. Because my phone keeps just going on and off. It's like on and off. It's like just being like so silly stupid. So I'm like not sure what to do. We'll figure it out. But we're going to go ahead and raid into Zeki. Let's make sure we say hi to Zeki. Please return next week. We are going to have my schedule up. Oh shit. On my Discord and Twitter. Here are all of those. If you're new here, go ahead and follow me on those, and you'll be able to see my schedule for the next week. I have a collab planned. I have games to play, Hopefully my stream will cooperate with me. We will see. And then we will also have another bedtime stories at the same time next week, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday. So if you're around, I would really appreciate you guys coming by and coming to see me. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for the follows. Thank you for coming in and, coming in and seeing stream. And before we leave here and before we say hi to Zeki, I want to make sure that everybody is eating their food, everybody is drinking the water, and everybody is getting enough sleep, okay? Because it's really important, okay? And above everything else, stay magical, okay? All right, you guys, let's say hi to Zeki. Oh, bye-bye.